Hello, dear listener. Tonight, let the Whispering Alpines, crystal lakes, cumulus hills, and amber woods guide you into tranquility. Each story is a gentle caress of nature's calm, inviting serenity into your evening. As you settle in, allow these soothing echoes to cradle your mind. Get comfortable, relax, and let yourself drift softly into the night. Sweet dreams await. Nestled high in the tranquil recesses of a serene mountain range lies a place where time seems to stretch like a languid yawn at dawn, a secluded alpine valley filled with the gentle murmur of whispering pines and the soft caress of the forest breeze. As you wander through this undisturbed sanctuary, the world below dissolves into a distant memory, leaving only the comforting embrace of nature's eternal peace. The path you walk is carpeted with a thick layer of pine needles, their earthy scent rising with each step and mixing with the crisp, invigorating air that whispers past your ears. Sunlight filters through the dense canopy, breaking into shafts of golden light that dance and twirl through the glade, painting the forest floor with glimmers of radiant warmth. Birds flit from branch to branch, their soft calls echoing like the chiming of distant bells in the cool, crisp air. In the heart of this alpine retreat lies a hidden meadow, framed by towering evergreens that sway gently in the breeze, their boughs whispering secrets to the wind. The meadow is alive with the gentle hum of bees dancing lazily from one wildflower to the next, their golden bodies dappled by sunlight as they work. A slow-moving stream meanders along its edge, its waters clear and cold, singing a soft melody as it tumbles over smooth stones. As you pause by the stream, you feel a tender kiss of mist against your cheeks, a delicate veil lifted from the water to merge with the warm, glowing sunlight. You dip your fingers into the cool depths, feeling the gentle tug of the current, and watch as tiny ripples drift lazily outward, causing a nearby leaf to sway softly atop the water. Nearby, a small cabin stands as if dreamed into being, its wooden walls worn smooth by time and the elements. Smoke curls from the chimney, denoting the presence of a cozy fire within, ready to welcome any seeker of warmth. The door, slightly ajar, invites you to step inside and embrace the gentle comforts it offers. Inside the cabin, the air is warm and filled with the comforting scent of cedar and pine. The fire crackles softly under a mantel adorned with a selection of pine cones and small, hand-carved figurines of forest animals, each one lovingly crafted and polished to a warm patina. Plush armchairs huddle around the hearth, inviting you to sink into their soft embrace and let the fire's gentle heat wrap around you like a favorite blanket. Beyond the threshold of the cabin, the forest is alive with the soft sounds of evening, the rustle of leaves in a gentle breeze, the calls of night birds stirring from their slumber, and the distant gentle hoot of an owl, wise and ancient, lending his voice to the unfolding dusk. You step back outside, where the day begins its slow farewell, surrendering the sky to the long, languid light of evening. The setting sun casts a gentle glow across the landscape, painting the sky with strokes of pink and violet, each more delicate than the last. As you wander further into the meadow, the grasses whisper together as they sway in harmony with your passage, whispering tales of distant stars and ancient songs carried by the wind. You find a soft blanket of grass beneath a solitary oak, its limbs reaching like gentle arms into the fading light. As you recline beneath its leafy bower, you feel the hush of twilight settle gently around you, enveloping you in its soft serenity. Fireflies, like living stars, begin to dance through the gathering darkness, their glow a delicate promise of the starlit canopy soon to come. The mountaintops hold the last traces of daylight, their snow-capped peaks aglow with the sun's final kiss. As dusk deepens, a tapestry of stars begins to unfurl overhead, each jewel set within the velvety expanse of the night sky. The comforting constancy of their glow brings a peace beyond measure, their light an enduring whisper of magic in the heart of the alpine night. Nearby, a brook burbles softly, its voice weaving amongst the hushed sighs of the pines. You close your eyes and listen, letting the sound cradle you like a lullaby, its cadence as soothing as the embrace of a favorite tune. In the distance, a gentle breeze stirs the branches, setting them whispering once more, their age-old secrets held within the deep heart of the forest. A gentle drizzle begins, little more than a caress on the cheek, leaving behind a fresh, clean scent, as if the earth itself sighs in contentment. The slight patter of raindrops on leaves and stones lulls the valley into a deeper stillness, the sound a soft heartbeat underscoring the tranquil night. Under this heaven of whispering alpines, you let go of your last lingering thoughts. The earth seems to breathe in rhythm with your own, each inhalation an opportunity to draw in the calm that surrounds you, each exhalation a chance to release any remaining worries into the gentle embrace of the night. Time passes in soft, unhurried moments, each one filled with the quiet beauty of this alpine sanctuary. And as you drift toward the gentle current of sleep, the valley watches over you, its peace a promise, its whispers a melody, binding you to the comforting embrace of the land and the stars above. Thus, under a sky dusted with stars, the quiet alchemy of the alpine retreat draws you into a night of serene dreams and gentle wonder, leaving you cradled in the timeless warmth and abiding peace of this enchanted place. As the last of twilight's colors fade from the horizon, a gentle mist rises from the earth, weaving its way through the grasses and around the sturdy trunks of the towering evergreens. The air is rich with the scent of damp earth and pine, mingling with the faint sweetness of wild flowers that linger from the day's warmth. The forest, now a silhouette against the indigo sky, stands sentinel around the meadow, its presence a comforting shroud as the night deepens. In the soft light of the moon, which now hangs low in the sky like a silver lantern, the meadow takes on an ethereal glow. The moonlight kisses the petals of the flowers, turning them into stars in their own right, scattered across the gentle slope of the land. Each petal shimmers with dew, capturing and reflecting the light in 1,000 small, brilliant sparks. The gentle pitter-patter of the drizzle has ceased, leaving behind a pristine silence soon filled with the tender songs of crickets beginning their evening symphony. Their rhythmic chirping rises and falls like the gentle swell of the ocean, a sound as ancient as the earth itself, easing your thoughts to drift like the tranquil waters of the stream. You find yourself lulled by this harmonious cadence, settling into the soft embrace of the grass beneath the oak. The earth is cool and solid, lending an unspoken promise of safety and comfort in its solidity. The trees' mighty limbs stretch above you, their leaves brushing against one another in a rhythmic dance, whispering tales of the ages and the secrets of the stars. Above, in the vast sweep of the sky, constellations emerge with a clarity found only in such remote, unspoiled places. Familiar patterns unfold, their stories woven through time, each star a beacon of light guiding you to an inner realm of serenity. They twinkle softly, painting dreams across the cosmos, each one like a gentle sigh against the velvet soft sky. As you linger there, enveloped by the quietude of the night, the stream continues its murmur beside you, telling the tale of its journey from the mountain tops through dappled valleys and secret glens, finally finding its way to this place of dreams and repose. The sound is akin to the rustle of silk slipping through the stillness, a lullaby only the forest could compose. In this serene moment, your breathing becomes one with the night, each breath a whisper that mingles with the gentle hum of nocturnal life. The world around you seems to hold its breath alongside yours, waiting, watching, settled in the profound stillness that only a night deep in nature can bring. Here, within this sanctuary where nature holds sway and time loses its meaning, you find yourself intertwined with the essence of the alpine night, the peace that permeates every stone, leaf, and shadow, gently unfurls inside you, lifting you into a space where worries dissolve and dreams take form. As shadows deepen and the night wears on, the meadow becomes a cradle of the universe, holding you as you gently float into the realm of dreams. The night watches over you, a guardian of the souls who find solace in its depths. The forest enfolds you in its timeless wisdom, whispering soft assurances that all is as it should be, and you can rest easy within its embrace. In the depth of the night, everything converges, the earth slow breathing beneath you, the stars overhead, the gentle presence of the trees and the water's lullaby. This timeless moment stretches outward, a bubble of tranquility in which you are safely held, carrying you gently into the world of dreams where boundaries blur between heaven and earth. As slumber deepens, the magic of the alpine realm infuses your senses. Visions of tranquil meadows, whispering trees, and starlit skies dance through your dreams, blurring the line between reality and fantasy. Wrapped in this cocoon of sleep, you find yourself adrift on a sea of serene possibilities, where every thought is a gentle ripple in the vast, calming lake of the soul. Under the watchful gaze of the celestial bodies, memories of the day, cocooned in nature's embrace, dissolve into the soothing rhythm of your slumber. The moments stretch like cotton candy clouds across a morning sky, light and airy, filled with the sweetness of tranquility. And as the night weaves on, carrying you through a tapestry of dreams sewn with threads of moonlight and whispers from the forest, you remain cradled in this alpine haven, where peace flows as generously as the stream and dreams drift like gentle leaves upon the water's surface, destined for realms of endless serenity. Rest easy, our next story is just beginning. In a secluded corner of the world, where time fluttered on the wings of clouds and the pace of life ebbed gently like a small brook, there lay a crystal-clear lake cradled by a ring of ancient trees. The lake, known affectionately by those who lived nearby as Crystal Lake, gleamed with a clarity so profound that it was said one could glimpse the dreams of long-forgotten stars resting at its depths. The shores of Crystal Lake were clothed in a soft blanket of moss that cushioned each footstep, and dotted here and there were dainty white daisies nodding their tiny heads in the tender breeze. This gentle wind whispered through the needles of tall, stoic pines, carrying with it the faint scents of pine resin and wildflowers. Often the air would shimmer with the golden glow of afternoon sunlight, dappling the forest floor in a mosaic of light and shadow. Birds flitted silently between the branches overhead, their wings whispering in delicate flurries. Now and then the sound of their songs would gently weave through the quietude, each note flowing like a stream, wrapping around the trees in embraces of music. There was a timelessness about Crystal Lake, the kind that encouraged even the busiest minds to slow, to pause, to simply breathe and listen. One serene afternoon, the sun cast its warm, benevolent light softly across the lake's expanse, turning it into a gleaming mirror, reflecting the sky's blue serenity and the fluffy white clouds that wandered lazily above. Tan duck feathers floated quietly on the water's surface, each move creating concentric ripples that drifted towards the stony shore before dissolving into nothingness. It was a perfect day for lingering, for savoring each passage of time as though it were a cherished memory to be framed and put aside for later reflection. Nearby, a small wooden pier jutted out over the water, its age-blackened beams sturdy and welcoming. The pier creaked gently as waves lapped tenderly against its sides, and one could imagine that it had seen countless peaceful afternoons, witnessed by no more than the gossamer winged dragonflies that hovered like tiny guardians. Their iridescent bodies gleamed in the sunlight, shifting between jade green and vibrant blue as they swooped and danced across the mirrored lake. Beyond the lake, the forest opened up into a sprawling meadow, bathed in honeyed light that softened as the afternoon wore on. The meadow was a tapestry of wildflowers, their petals painted in every shade imaginable. Carried by the breeze, the music of a nearby brook added its babbling song to the symphony of nature. Here, amidst the gentle rustle of foliage and the occasional call of a distant bird, one could rest assured in the profound peace that only such a secluded spot could provide. Few visited this hidden gem of nature, but there was one visitor who found solace by the lake more often than the rest. Her name was Elara, and she knew each curve of the lake's edge as well as she did the contours of her own heart. She would wander there after the day's work was done, a habit that had formed over crisp autumn evenings and lazy summer days, seeking both comfort and inspiration in the tranquility the lake offered. This day, like many others, she arrived as the afternoon sun descended slowly towards the horizon. Her footsteps were light, finding purchase on the mossy ground with practiced ease, and her presence was as unhurried as the lake itself. Taking a deep breath, she let the fresh air fill her lungs, the scent of pine and wildflowers mingling with the freshness of the water. It was an aroma that could soothe the most restless of spirits. Elara wandered to the edge of the pier, her fingers brushing lightly against the splintered wood as she reached the end. Sitting down with a comfortable sigh, she allowed her legs to dangle over the edge, toes just skimming the cool water. The sun warmed her back, coaxing tension from her shoulders as she gazed into the lake's crystalline depths, as if seeking answers in its transparent embrace. With the gentle embrace of solitude enveloping her, she closed her eyes momentarily, allowing the symphony around her to sink deep into her being. The quiet lapping of water, the distant coos of wood pigeons, and the occasional rustle of the brush all blended into a soothing lullaby. As the sun slowly slipped lower in the sky, painting the horizon with soft hues of pink and orange, Elara found herself drifting in thought. She imagined herself as one of the dragonflies, dipping and turning on a whim, feeling the gentle caress of the breeze. Or perhaps she was a leaf on the lake, gliding effortlessly with nary a care, letting the currents guide her. There was freedom in these imaginings that grounded her, reminding her of the gentle beauty that existed just beyond the clamor of everyday life. Opening her eyes, Elara was met with the gentle sparkle of sunlight catching on the water, more like dreams being stitched into fabric by the skilled hands of nature itself. For moments like these, she felt grateful. Gratitude not only for the lake's serene beauty, but also for its consistency, serving as a faithful witness to her musings, her joys, and even her sorrows. Time passed in gentle waves as the sky transitioned from the colors of day to the deeper shades of evening. As dusk set in, the first cool tendrils of night air brushed against her skin, intermingling with the comforting warmth still lingering in the wood beneath her. The stars began to unveil themselves, one by one, mirrored delicately on the calm surface of the lake. A gentle sigh escaped her lips as a sense of completeness settled over her. These evenings by Crystal Lake were cherished. Her moments of solitude blended seamlessly with the whispers of the forest. She knew that though she would leave this place and return to her daily routines, its tranquility would accompany her, a silent companion in her heart. Reluctantly, she rose, brushing her hands against her skirt to dispel the whispering remnants of moss. With one last, lingering look at the lake, Ilara stepped off the pier, her steps unhurried, as though savoring each moment before she left. Slowly, she turned towards the path leading back to the village nestled just beyond the forest's edge. As she walked, the echoes of the lake's timeless peace stayed with her. The soothing familiarities of the path, the soft lighting of evening playing through the trees, cradled her like a lullaby. And above, the stars twinkled down, guiding her way like guardians from afar. Time seemed to stretch and blend, the transition from wakefulness to sleep almost imperceptible under the lake's calming influence. Tonight, like countless nights before, as Ilara slipped into dreams, the essence of Crystal Lake wove through her thoughts, a gentle reminder of the stillness within nature and within herself. And so it was, in the quiet embrace of that beautiful setting, that another peaceful day came to a close, promising the arrival of a new dawn, where the lake would once again await, its surface a mirror of tranquility, ready to reflect the sky's endless adventures. As Ilara made her journey back, she took a moment to pause at the edge of the meadow that bordered the forest. Here, the scent of sweet grass and night-blooming jasmine filled the air, and the symphony of crickets started to take form. The delicate chirping intertwined with the gentle rustling of leaves like soft breath against the sky's cheek, a nocturnal chorus that welcomed the night with open arms. It was this serene passage between the lake's shores and her village that always allowed Ilara's thoughts to wander free, like clouds adrift in an open sky. As she began the descent through the fragrant woods, a soft glow from a lantern in her hand guided her path, its flickering light casting playful shadows on the earthy trail. The lantern light twined lovingly around the silhouettes of the trees, their tall forms standing as patient guardians lining her way back home. This walk, though only lasting minutes, felt timeless, as though she floated rather than walked, each step met by the forest's gentle acceptance. The path, familiar and comforting, wound through glades and boughs that spoke quietly of history and continuity. Tree roots twisted elegantly across the trail, wearing soft cloaks of moss that cushioned her strides. Giving the sensation of walking on velvet, she stepped lightly, careful not to disturb a small gathering of fireflies that flitted among the underbrush, their tiny lamps flickering like whispers of dreams yet to be told. These gentle creatures moved like small stars fallen from the darkening sky, their glow a reminder of the connectedness between earth and heaven. Soon, the sight of warm lights spilling from the windows of her village appeared, the soft promise of home drawing near. She could already hear the distant melodies of laughter and chatter, the comforting sounds of life continuing in quiet harmony. The air carried the scent of hearth fires and the distant promise of a homemade meal, pulling her back into the embrace of her community. Upon reaching her doorstep, her hands reached for the familiar shape of the doorknob, cool and welcoming. Elara paused for a moment, turning her face back towards the path, where the faint glow of her lantern mingled with the night's deepening blues. She knew the lake was merely a heartbeat away, its presence a soothing balm, ready to greet her again with the arrival of a new day. Inside, the cottage was a tableau of warmth and peace, fragrant with the mingling scents of dried lavender and the comforting aroma of wood smoke. The walls bore their memories in worn, gentle hues, cocooning her within the folds of time and love. Her evening rituals, lighting candles, setting a pot on for tea, were as familiar as breathing, grounding her in the gentle rhythms of life. Yet even as she closed the door against the night, she could still feel Crystal Lake's embrace, holding her lightly. Its presence was like an unspoken promise, a reminder that stillness and beauty could be found within her own heart whenever she needed it. The tiny echoes of the day's whispers accompanied her as she slipped into her evening chair, her book resting gently in her hands, pages waiting eagerly to whisk her away into worlds unseen. The fire crackled softly in the hearth, casting a gentle warmth and the dancing glow of light that resembled the lake's shimmer. It lulled her into a delightful drowse, each crackle and pop melding with the lingering memory of the waterside's tranquility, a perfect prelude to dreams. Her eyes fluttered closed, her mind drifting seamlessly into the embrace of sleep, comforted by the knowledge of the lake's presence and the promise of tomorrow. And so, as stars twinkled with ancient light across the vast sky, the village beside Crystal Lake slumbered peacefully. Wrapped in a quilt of serenity, each soul found rest, underlined by the gentle song of nature that flowed like a river, carving paths in dreams and quietly shaping the dawn of new beginnings. Breathe in slowly and breathe out. Our next story begins now. In a world where time seemed to flow as softly as a brook over smooth stones, there lay a landscape known affectionately among the few who roamed it as the Cumulus Hills. These hills were not named for the ordinary clouds that cavalcade the sky, but rather for the way their gentle crests rolled one into another like a sea of earthen waves. Covered in a velvety layer of brilliant mosses and tender grasses, the hills rose and fell in a symphony of green and light, where nature whispered her stories through the soft rustle of leaves. On this particular day, as the morning sun stretched its golden rays over the horizon, the hills appeared almost to glow with a serene luminescence. The air was crisp and clear, carrying with it the faint, sweet fragrance of wild flowers that dotted the landscape with splashes of pastel colors, delicate pinks, lavenders, and sunny yellows that swayed gently in the pleasant breeze. Tucked within this tranquil paradise was a solitary cabin, its wooden frame weathered by time, yet it exuded a warm and welcoming presence. The cabin stood at the crest of one of the smaller hills, offering a panoramic view of the rolling terrain and the endless sky beyond. Each window framed a portrait as vivid and animated as the one outside, be it the dance of the grasses beneath a playful wind or the shimmering tapestry of the starlit night. This particular morning, the doors of the cabin swung open gently to embrace the soft chirping of birds as they welcomed the day, their melodies weaving seamlessly with the whispering breeze. Inside, the rooms were filled with the warmth of the sunlight streaming through wide glass panes, casting intricate shadows of the furniture onto the worn wooden floor. Nestled comfortably in an armchair by the window sat an old book of tales, its pages filled with stories of far-off lands and forgotten dreams. Yet for now, it lay patiently closed, waiting for another evening to reveal its treasures. The real story unfolded outside, where the world itself was a living narrative. Outside, a narrow path wound its way from the cabin's threshold, meandering through the lush greenery and leading to a small brook that burbled gently over smooth pebbles. The water sang a cheerful song, the kind that only nature could compose, each note clear and bright, adding to the symphony of tranquility that enveloped the hills. Accompanied by the symphony, a butterfly flitted about. It seemed to float more than fly, moving from one bloom to the next, its wings a delicate canvas painted with hues of azure and gold. As it paused on a particularly vibrant blossom, the sun illuminated its fragile form, casting tiny rainbows in the dewdrops that adorned the petals. As the day unfolded, clouds gathered lazily in the sky, not to obscure the sun's warmth, but to play among its beams, casting a myriad of shifting shadows that danced across the hills. The clouds were plump and full, their weightless forms drifting through the vast openness above, each one a silent companion to the peaceful day. Near the brook, a pair of deer appeared, their movements silent and graceful. They bent their heads to drink, the water rippling gently around their soft muzzles. The scene was so still that even the fluttering leaves seemed to pause out of reverence. Around midday, a soft rumbling rolled across the landscape, not of approaching storms, but of the distant waterfall nestled further within the hills. Its constant calming roar was a gentle reminder of the pure, unbridled power that resided within these tranquil lands. The water cascaded over ancient rock formations, their surfaces worn smooth by centuries of flowing water. A light haze began to appear as the sun's rays warmed the dew-soaked earth, creating a mist that drifted lazily across the ground, adding an almost magical touch to the already picturesque scenery. Within this mist, the silhouettes of the surrounding trees stood softly, their branches swaying slowly to a song only nature seemed to hear. As the afternoon wore on, the sun's journey across the sky lazily tilted towards evening. The light softened, casting a golden hue over the hills, bathing everything in a warm, restful glow. The shadows grew longer, stretching and fading into the landscape as the sun descended. Along the banks of the brook, a carpet of forget-me-nots burst into bloom, their sky-blue petals offering gentle contrast to the verdant backdrop. Above them, the hum of bees filled the air, their little bodies moving in a determined dance from flower to flower, encouraged by the diminishing light to gather what they could. As twilight approached, the sky transformed into a canvas of purples, pinks, and oranges, the setting sun painting a masterpiece with each passing moment. The colors deepened and melded together, softening the horizon as the first stars began to appear, each twinkle a quiet invitation to the night. The evening air grew cooler, wrapping the hills in a blanket of gentle freshness. From within the cabin, a fireplace now crackled softly, its comforting warmth spilling into the room. The firelight flickered and danced, casting a moving tapestry of amber and shadow upon the walls, as though echoing the dance of the flames themselves. Outside, the moon rose high, her silvery light washing over the land, illuminating the hills like a celestial lantern. The brook shimmered under her gaze, its surface a mirror reflecting the star-strewn sky and the quiet majesty of the night. As the night deepened, so too did the gentle lull of crickets serenading the moon with their songs, a harmonious lullaby for the slumbering earth. The deer, now resting under a canopy of star-speckled branches, found peace in the coolness of the night. Everything in the Cumulus hills seemed to slow to a gentle rhythm, as though the day had been a dream from which the land was easing into a soft, peaceful sleep. The stories in the old book remained untold for tonight, as the real magic was unfolding just outside its pages. In the depths of solitude, the hills whispered a promise to the coming dawn, breathing a sigh of contentment and tranquility, waiting to greet the new light, when once again the gentle day would begin anew. As the stars continued their quiet vigil over the Cumulus hills, the rustle of nocturnal life began to weave itself into the tapestry of night. Somewhere among the gentle swells of the hills, an owl perched solemnly on a sturdy branch, its silhouette outlined against the moonlit sky. It was a keeper of secrets, its large, wise eyes capturing the reflections of the world, both seen and unseen. The owl's soft hoot echoed softly through the air, mingling with the tender sigh of a night breeze that caressed the landscape with a cool touch. The trees responded, their leaves whispering tales of ancient times, limbs swaying gently in the nocturnal dance. Somewhere deeper in the woods, the soft trill of a nightingale added its voice to the nocturne, a melody that rose and fell like gentle waves on a serene sea. In the gnarled branches of a nearby oak, a family of squirrels were snug in their nest, their little bodies nestled close together, breathing in unison, the rhythmic rise and fall of their sleep barely stirring the leaves around them. A gentle glow from a secluded corner of the forest suggested the presence of fireflies, their tiny lanterns flickering in a random enchanting sequence, adding a touch of magic to the night realm. Just beyond the cabin, a small fox quietly emerged from its den. Its coat shimmered with hints of silver under the moon's spotlight, and it moved with a measured grace, sniffing the cool night air, ever curious yet respectful of the night's tranquility. Its eyes were bright, reflecting the starlight as it paused by the brook, watching the reflection of the heavens dance with the current. As the fox moved on, leaving only paw prints as whispers on the soft earth, the air grew still again. The brook continued to murmur its eternal tune, a symphony of nature that carried through the hills and valleys of this enchanted land. Somewhere off in the distance, the gentle call of a distant wolf rose, a reminder of the wild, untamed heart of these lands, a melody of connection, solitude, and unspoken loyalty. Within the cabin, peace reigned. A soft rug of woven fibers lay before the hearth where the glowing embers cast a warm, pulsating glow. The old book of tales now stirred ever so slightly, as though whispering a silent promise to unveil its stories come the next night of shared dreams and imagined worlds. The serenity within was tangible, a companion to the doting warmth of the hearth. Shadows from the dancing flames sketched forms on the walls, stories without words that draped the room with an air of cozy reverie. The room exhaled a faint fragrance of pine and comforting wood smoke, a scent that enriched the dreams of any who slumbered within. As night deepened further, the world outside lay wrapped in vulnerable softness. A gentle mist had returned, weaving between trees and draping the lowlands in ethereal silks that shimmered under the caress of moonlight. This mist carried with it the scent of damp earth and moss, a refreshing breath of life from the slumbering hills themselves. Through the small hours, as the creatures of the night kept their watch or dreamt sweet dreams beneath starlit canopies, an almost imperceptible change began tugging at the horizon. The deepest blue of night gave way to an indigo ombre whisper of dawn warming to the world again. Slowly, gently, as if not to disturb the slumber of even the tiniest creature, the first blush of dawn broke upon the hills. The sky began unfurling soft pastels of dawn pinks and delicate oranges painted by a masterful hand of time. The stars silently retreated, their songs of the evening done, making way for the promise held by the rising sun. The brook, ever vigilant in its course, sparkled anew under this first light, its surface now a canvas of rippling sunlight. The hills themselves stirred awake, stretching under the golden embrace of the morning sun, ready to script another day in the ongoing symphony of life and time. As the light strengthened, the warmth it brought kissed the dewy petals of the wild flowers, coaxing them gently to open wide and welcome a new symphony of colors. The air was fresh and clean, filled with the subtle scent of new beginnings and endless possibilities, inviting life to stir and dreams to take root. And so, as the world slowly awakened from its night's repose, the Cumulus hills, a realm spun from gentle whispers, dreams, and nature's eternal rhythm, stood timeless under the newborn sky. A place where each moment could stretch into a peaceful eternity, and where stories yet untold waited to embrace the unfolding day. And gently, like turning the page of a well-loved book, our next story begins. In the heart of an unspoiled island, nestled far away from bustling towns and the hurried pace of everyday life, lay the Amber Woods. These woods, renowned for their golden hues that filtered warmly through the treetops, were a haven of serenity and a place where time seemed to stretch languidly. The path, meandering through the woods, was soft underfoot, a blended carpet of moss and fallen leaves, which had long been whispering secrets to the gentle breezes that swept through. As you stepped onto this path, each footstep cushioned, there was an immediate sense of calm that settled in the air, like the gentle unfolding of a sigh. The afternoon sun hung low in the sky, casting its golden glow over the canopy above. It filtered through the leaves, turning them into ethereal panels of soft amber light. Here and there, birds darted between the branches, their calls sweet and melodious, punctuating the tranquil silence with gentle notes. Walking deeper into the woods, you could feel the temperature softly easing, the warmth of the sun balanced beautifully by a cool, refreshing breeze that carried with it the faint scent of wood smoke, hinting at distant homesteads where fires crackled merrily. The rustle of leaves overhead was a constant, soothing hush, akin to the softest lullaby. There, within this sanctuary, time seemed to stretch and yawn luxuriously, inviting you to relax and wander without any destination in particular. The path itself wound in lazy loops and gentle arcs, leading you alongside trickling streams that sang softly as they skipped over stones polished smooth by time. One stream, a glistening ribbon of clarity, wound its way beside him, its glassy surface reflecting the dappling of light and shadow, creating an ever-changing mosaic at your feet. Every now and then, the stream broadened into small pools, their edges lined with vibrant mosses and dotted with tiny white flowers that swayed with the slightest touch of the wind. Here and there, the underbrush parted to reveal small clearings where the sun pooled upon the earth like liquid gold. Each clearing was like a small, hidden universe, teeming with the delicate dance of butterflies, their wings as varied as the petals of a garden. As you approached one such clearing, the sound of the stream faded slightly, replaced by the gentle hum of bees. A solitary bench, hewn from an ancient tree stump, stood invitingly at the edge of the sunlight. It seemed to beckon you to pause, to sit, and to be enveloped by the welcoming arms of nature. Seated there, the world around you softened into a dreamlike blur. Each inhale brought the fresh scent of earth and the comforting aroma of wildflowers carried by the gentle breeze. Overhead, the branches swayed gracefully, painted against a sky that glowed with the warm orange of the descending sun. You closed your eyes for a moment, letting the scents and sounds envelop you like the softest of blankets. The trickling stream, the whisper of leaves, and the distant calls of woodland creatures harmonized into a soothing symphony that filled the soul with tranquility. When you opened your eyes again, the sky had shifted, painted now in hues of pink and purple. The amber light of the woods now deepened to a rich, dreamy glow. The gentle lapse of time had left you rested, every muscle relaxed, as if you had just awoken from the most refreshing sleep. Rising gently, you continued along the path, which beckoned you deeper into the heart of the woods. The air here felt even clearer, kissed by the onset of evening. A faint mist clung tenderly to the forest floor, weaving through the fallen leaves like a gossamer veil. As twilight draped its soft, velvety blanket over the woods, tiny lights began to flicker in the shadows. Fireflies, like earthbound stars, danced amongst the trees. Their luminescent dance was slow and graceful, a ballet of lights that guided you further along the winding trail. The path eventually led you to a small wooden footbridge, arching gently over a wider expanse of water where the stream broadened into a pond. The surface was as smooth as a mirror, and the dimming sky above was perfectly reflected in its quiet depths. Leaning over the wooden rail, you could see fish darting beneath the surface, leaving ripples in their wake that danced across the reflection of the sky. The sight invited you to pause again, to let your thoughts drift like the water itself, slow and serene. Beyond the bridge, a gentle slope climbed upward, offering the promise of a vantage point from which to gaze out over this dreamlike realm. Step by step you ascended, the path curling upward in a soft spiral, surrounded by the increasing silence of the coming night. At the top of the gentle rise, the world opened up before you. Below, the amber woods stretched out, a tapestry of warm lights and shifting shadows. In the distance, the edge of the forest met a calm sea, its horizon melding seamlessly with the star-pricked sky. A wooden gazebo stood at the peak, its structure melding harmoniously with the surrounding landscape. Stepping inside, the wood underfoot creaked softly with familiarity. This was a spot where countless feet had tread, seeking solace and the breathtaking view. Seated once more, you watched as the first stars began to twinkle into existence, one by one punctuating the indigo firmament. Their light shimmered across the sea below, reflecting calmly back into the heavens, as if the earth itself held a mirror to the vast universe. The soft rush of a gentle breeze caressed your face, bringing with it the salty tang of the sea, mixing with the earthen scent of the woods. As you breathed it in deeply, a profound sense of peace washed over you, as if the air was imbued with the answers to the quiet questions in your heart. Time continued to unravel its silken thread slowly, the stars casting their watchful eyes over the woods and you. Moments seemed to blend seamlessly into one another, transforming the night into a tranquil oasis where past and present flowed into each other, unhurried and kind. The hum of nocturnal insects rose softly from the woods below, a gentle reminder of life that continued in its steady rhythms, immune to the trials and tribulations of the world beyond these holy trees. It was here, in the heart of the amber woods, that one could rediscover the beauty of simplicity, of living in harmony with nature's tender pace. Deep in thought, slowly you realized that within this realm, with the woods encircling you in a motherly embrace, there was no need for hurry or ambition. Instead, it was enough to simply be, to breathe in the crisp evening air, to watch the play of light and shadow, and to exist in this moment, wrapped tenderly in the earth's gentle care. What seemed an eternity later, or perhaps mere moments, you found yourself standing once again, ready to continue on your journey, heart lighter and spirit refreshed. The way back wound softly through the trees, their branches arching gracefully into the night sky, leaving you with a deep sense of belonging to these woods, to the gentle rhythms of nature. As you retraced your steps down the gentle slope, the way was guided by moonlight, silver and soft, illuminating your path much like the flickering lanterns that swayed in the gentle breeze. Each step felt deliberate and cherished as the woods slowly faded into their nighttime rest. Near the exit of the amber woods, the mist clung gently to the earth once again, weaving softly between your feet as you walked, a silent companion ready to welcome the dawn. The path opened gently onto the meadows beyond the woods, where the grass swayed quietly under the blanket of the night sky. Pausing one last time, you turned to look back at the amber woods, now an ethereal silhouette against the starry expanse, a guardian of those peaceful moments spent within its embrace. With a heart full of gratitude, you continued on your way, the gentle whispers of the woods lingering in your ears. Finally, the cool air greeted you as you stepped away from the trees. The night stretched open before you, a tapestry of stars guiding you onward. But even now, away from the amber woods, their essence remained, tucked within your soul like a cherished memory. And so, under the watchful gaze of 1,000 silent stars, you journeyed back into the flow of time, closed your eyes gently, and let the whispers of the amber woods guide you into the embrace of a restful sleep. cradled by the gentle rhythms of nature's eternal lullaby. Continuing along the path that now stretched leisurely across the meadow, a gentle sigh of wind accompanied your steps, carrying the fresh scent of lavender and wild chamomile. The stars overhead began their nightly vigil, twinkling kindly down upon the landscape, bathing it in a serene, silvery glow. In the quiet of the meadow, the air was vibrant yet hushed, filled with the soft rustling of tall grasses and the occasional trilling of crickets. As you walked, each step seemed to invite a deeper stillness, the kind that wrapped around you like a soft embrace from an old friend. The grasses swayed rhythmically in response to the tender caresses of the breeze, their tips brushing delicately against your fingertips, tickling gently, as if to remind you of your presence in this enchanted world. You found yourself drawn to a large, ancient willow tree standing solitary in the center of the meadow. Its sweeping branches arched downward, forming a natural canopy like the protective arms of a parent. Nestling beneath its rustling boughs, you leaned against the sturdy trunk, feeling its life pulse quietly beneath the rugged bark, a testament to centuries of wisdom and resilience. As you gazed outward, the world was tranquil, as if time itself had paused to admire the beauty of this night. The horizon where the meadow met the sky was aglow with the gentle promise of dreams, an invitation to explore not just the landscape before you, but the landscapes within. High above, the constellations told ancient stories with their intricate patterns, lending a soft, celestial music to the night. Their narratives were a gentle reminder of the countless stories that the earth held, each whispering amidst the quietude of the stars. The universe felt close, tangible, and its profound silence was woven with a sense of belonging that cradled you tenderly. Closing your eyes for a moment, you breathed in the night air, rich with earthy undertones and the faint whisper of the sea breeze. The quiet symphony of sounds, the lullaby of the nearby stream, the rustle of the tree leaves, and the gentle hum of night insects played softly, knitting a blanket of tranquility to wrap around your spirit. The willow's branches cradled you in a maternal embrace, and though time continued its nocturnal dance, here under the tree, you found a moment where nothing seemed of more importance than just being. This feeling of unity with the world around you sank deep into your soul, leaving a lasting imprint of peace and contentment. Eventually, the cool, sweet breath of pre-dawn touched the sky with a hint of blue, painting the edges of the horizon with the gentle promise of a new day. Feeling rejuvenated, you stood and brushed the dewy grass from your clothes, casting one last tender glance at the willow tree that had offered you shelter. The path through the meadow curved softly, guiding you with an effortless grace back toward the world of morning's light. As you walked, the stars gradually faded into the brightening sky, their celestial guardianship complete until the next night would call them forth again. With each step, the peaceful essence of the amber woods and the night swirled within you, an indelible part of your journey now, and a soft murmur of comfort whenever you needed it. As dawn broke, you carried this tranquility with you into the waking world, refreshed and gently anchored by the unwavering embrace of nature's gentle rhythms and the timeless solace found beneath the stars. Good night and sleep well. We'll be here whenever you need a little peace and quiet.